People might wonder, why is it a man driving a car that needs direction is reluctant to inquire from passerbys, reluctant to show that he does not know how to get where he's going? Women don't have that problem. Hashem Yisborach created the world with special roles for male and special for female. In the same time, the structure of the male is a straight line. The structure of the female is a curve. So all of these differences are meant in order to properly produce generation after generation. The female at the time of conception is soft and curvy. The male at the time of conception is hard and straight line. And this pattern follows the rest of their lives in their raising families. The husband provides food, shelter, and clothing. He needs to be able to wield the scythe to reap the grain and to lift up the axe to chop down the tree in order to provide shelter. And he needs the ability to take the sword to protect against violence from outside. That's why his body is made so that every movement that he does gives him leverage and is able to accomplish those things, able to properly use leverage because his body is straight. The woman, on the other hand, is meant to be able to raise her children properly, and she needs this ability to balance out her body for the 9 months that she carries the child. And because of the curves, she'll be able to balance the weight. And afterwards, once the child is born, she's able to carry the child in her arms, even at moderate distance. If I would carry my baby more than 2 blocks, I'd be exhausted. My wife could carry the baby for 10 blocks and not feel exhausted. The reason is our bodies are of a different structure. And the main concern when carrying is balance. At the same time, the male must show strength, must show the ability to make determined decisions, and to be able to make decisions that affect the life of others, affect the life of those whom he must protect. So for him to show weakness goes against the male structure. The emotional structure of the male is fearlessness and courage to go out and meet with an adversary. If he needs to ask directions, that shows weakness. So that's why subconsciously you ask a man to drive and he does not know the directions, he'd rather go and wander around a few places before he gets where he goes, rather than to show his weakness that he doesn't know. And we find something similar to this. When Yosef went to meet his brothers out in the field, he did not find them in Shechem. And it says, when a man found him wandering in the field, the man asks him, what are you seeking? What are you looking for? He says, I'm seeking my brothers. Why is it that the man had to come to Yosef and ask him, what are you looking for? Yosef sees a man who obviously is a local. He kind of got a quicker, better answer from the local rather than just wander around. But the nature of the male is, I can't show weakness. I have to show that I have everything in control, and thereby each of the genders shows their particular qualities, aptitudes, and when following it, they are able to be successful in what they do and find a satisfaction. Now, a woman nursing and cuddling and cooing to the child finds a much more satisfaction than a man does when he lifts up the child and holds him up and plays with him. All these things are proper. So, what we should learn from this is there's no such thing as equal rights, fairness rather than equal.